Good afternoon and welcome to the Public Service Commission of South Carolina. It is Wednesday, January 18th at 4 p.m. and we are here for a rescheduled commission business meeting to go over agenda items for which decisions need to be made. Let's take a roll call of commissioners. With us virtually, we have Commissioner Thomas, Commissioner Irvin, Commissioner Carolee Williams. And present in the hearing room, we have Commissioner Justin Williams, Vice Chair Powers, Commissioner Caston, and Chair Belser. Please join me for a moment of silent reflection before we begin. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Scarborough.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, and good afternoon, Commissioner Powers and Commissioners. First order of business is to set the next commission business meeting. Staff recommends that the next regularly scheduled meeting be held on Thursday, January the 26th, 2023 at 2 p.m.
Our next regularly scheduled business meeting will be Thursday, January 26th at 2 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Today we have 19 items on the utilities agenda and 6 items on our transportation agenda. Items 1 through 4 on the utilities agenda are all requests for approval of interconnection agreements or amendments to interconnection agreements. The staff recommends that they be taken together, and I will review them for the commission. Item number 1 is in docket number 2022-397C. This is the request for approval of the interconnection agreement between Palmetto Rural Telephone Cooperative Incorporated and Level 3 Communications, LLC. Item number 2 is in docket number 1997-380C, which is a request for approval of the 8th Amendment to the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications, LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Fusion Cloud Services, LLC. Item number 3 is in docket number 2016-114C. This is the request for approval of the 1st Amendment to the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications, LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Conterra Ultra Broadband, LLC. Item number 4 is in docket number 2011-233C, which is the request for approval of the 1st Amendment to the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications, LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Georgia Business Net Telecommunications, LLC.
Commissioners, we've heard items 1 through 4 identified by Mr. Scarborough. Do I hear a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion, please.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the commission approve the utility agenda items numbers 1 through 4 concerning interconnection agreements or amendments to agreements as listed by Mr. Scarborough. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 5 appears in docket number 2004-48C. This is a notice of change of control that is filed on behalf of Spectratel Incorporated, Spectratel Ultimate Holdings, LLC, and Spectratel of the South, LLC.
Commissioners, with regard to agenda item 5, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, Commissioner Thomas.
Commissioner Thomas, you're recognized.
I recommend that this item be carried over due to the pending petition for rule to show cause by ORS docket number 2022-379C, seeking to revoke the CPCN of telephone utility, One Touch Communications, for failure to pay its gross receipts fees assessed pursuant to South Carolina Code sections 58-3-100, 58-3-540, and 58-460. I would also like for ORS to comment and review the utilities change of control and whether there is any impact on docket number 2022-379C. Therefore, I further move that the commission ask ORS to provide comments to the commission within 2 weeks from today on the status of this matter in its petition docket number 2022-379C and related impact, as well as whether there has been payment of assessed gross receipts fees by One Touch Communications. If ORS should need more time to provide comment to the commission, ORS may request an extension of time as needed. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2008-462C. This is a notification of acquisition of HyperCore Networks Incorporated, filed on behalf of Network Innovations LLC, doing business as NITEL.
Commissioners, we've heard agenda item 6 identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you. I move the commission accept as information the acquisition of HyperCore by NI Top Company Incorporated and IVO IP services provided by HyperCore will be transferred to Network Innovations LLC, doing business as NITEL. As a result of this acquisition by NITEL's parent company of HyperCore's assets and customer base in South Carolina, HyperCore has ceased providing resold voice services in South Carolina. These services are now being provided by NITEL to all of HyperCore's former customers. NITEL is already registered with the commission as a voice internet services provider. I further move that HyperCore's registration as an internet voice services provider in South Carolina be transferred to Network Innovations LLC, doing business as NITEL. As requested, the commission shall update its databases and contact information to reflect NITEL's contact information related to any matters concerning HyperCore or its internet voice operations in the state of South Carolina, which has now been assumed by NITEL.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. Commissioners, we've heard the motion offered by Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Vice Chair Powers.
Vote aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 7 is in docket number 2016-279C, which is IM Telecom LLC, doing business as Infinity Mobile's petition to expand its eligible telecommunications carrier service area on an expedited basis.
With regard to item 7 as identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Caston.
I recommend this item be carried over to allow for comment and review by ORS.
We've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams. Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 8 is in docket number 2022-404C. This is the petition from TracFone Wireless Incorporated and SafeLink Wireless Incorporated for approval of merger without notice or hearing.
With regard to utilities agenda item 8, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Thomas.
I recommend this item be carried over to allow for comment and review by ORS. The commission requests that the ORS provide comment no later than 2 weeks from today.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 appears in docket number 2003-319C. This is the notice of corporate reorganization filed on behalf of Flash Wireless LLC and its affiliate, ACN Communication Services LLC.
With regard to agenda item 9, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the commission accept for filing approval the corporate reorganization of Flash Wireless LLC and its affiliate, ACN Communication Services LLC. This reorganization will consolidate Flash into ACN. There's no change in company ownership or management, and all obligations, fees, assessments, and responsibilities of Flash shall be assumed by ACN. The current customers of Flash will be transferred to ACN. These Flash customers will continue to be billed under the same brand name and shall be served by ACN at the same rates, terms, and conditions offered by Flash. I further move that the company notify the commission once the reorganization is completed, but no later than 30 days following completion of reorganization. Upon such notification by ACN that the reorganization is completed, the commission shall transfer and reissue the wireless registration of Flash Wireless LLC to ACN Communication Services LLC, effective on January 1st, 2023.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from the Vice Chairman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Vice Chair Powers.
Vote aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 10 is in docket number 2016-412G. This is a request from Dominion Energy, South Carolina, that the commission extend the authorization provided in order number 2022-393, allowing the company to continue suspension of its statistical meter sampling plan through January 31st, 2024.
With regard to utilities agenda item 10, is there a motion?
I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you. This program was suspended by order number 2022-393 due to a sharp reduction in its natural gas meter inventory as a result of shortages and delays in delivery of critical materials and components. First, aluminum, a key material in the manufacture of meters, is in short supply. Second, Dominion has experienced a shortage of regulators, the device which lowers the pressure of the natural gas as it enters the customer's premises, which has required Dominion Company to dedicate time and effort to refurbish existing meter loops to meet field demands. Finally, there's a substantial shortage of computer chips used in the encoder receiver transmitters, or what's called ERTs, that transmit natural gas usage data for automated meter reading. DSC wanted indefinite suspension, but Commission granted suspension until 1/31/23 and a requirement for an update. DESC is making a subsequent request as allowed by 2022-393. I move that the Commission extend the authorization provided in order number 2022-393 by allowing the company to continue with suspension of its statistical meter sample plan through January 31st, 2024, or until supply shortages resolve. Also move that DESC keep the Commission and ORS updated on the status of this matter and provide quarterly updates beginning March 31st, 2023, for so long as the program is suspended. I further move that if supply shortages resolve such the program can be re-implemented, DESC advise Commission and ORS as soon as practical. Finally, I move that should it appear that supply shortages are likely to persist in early 2024, DESC is permitted to file an updated request for continuation of a waiver no later than January 3rd, 2024, stating in detail the necessity of any further continuation. I so move.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from the Vice Chairman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 11 is in docket number 2022-321E. This is a request from Dominion Energy South Carolina for like facility determination pursuant to South Carolina Code annotated section 58-33-110-1 for construction of the Emory substation and fold-in of the VCS2-Ward 230 kilovolt line.
Commissioners, with regard to agenda item 11 as identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston,
I move that the commission require DSC to answer the following questions within 10 days from today. What infrastructure is being replaced in this request? Do adjacent landowners utilize the road access to the proposed location of the construction? If so, will any road upgrades or repairs need to be made? Given the size of the land disturbance, what environmental protection plans will be utilized for stormwater pollution prevention due to construction activities and potential oil-containing equipment? What is the proposed project schedule, including the estimated time of completion? Would the proposed maintenance to the Ward substation be expedited upon approval of like facility, as opposed to a full siting proceeding or the alternative construction solution? I so move.
thank you. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Urban,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams,
Vote aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Items 12 and 13 appear in docket number 2022-188EC and a request for rehearing, reconsideration, and clarification of Commission Order number 2022-836, and staff recommends that these be taken together.
Commissioner,
Yes, ma'am.
I thought I heard somebody else. Commissioners, with regard to agenda items 12 and 13, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I have a motion.
Commissioner Williams, please go ahead.
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission grant York's and ECSC's petition for clarification of the order. I move that the commission clarify the language of the order. That's order number 2022-836 as follows. The NESC clearance standard is a minimum and not a maximum standard in South Carolina. Electric cooperatives, and that is pole owners may deny communication service providers access to their poles under the framework created in South Carolina Code annotated section 58-9-3030, paragraph B2. Here in this case, Spectrum requested to access York's poles at the NESC minimum standard of 40 inches and 15.5 feet. In the case at hand, York denied Spectrum's request to attach at the NESC standard. Further, in this case, York did not present sufficient evidence for the commission to find that their denial of Spectrum's request meet the standard outlined in section 58-9-3030B2. Based on the evidence presented in the case at hand, York must grant Spectrum access to its poles to attach at the NESC minimum standard unless other terms are agreed to through continued good faith negotiations. The General Assembly stated legislative objective in passing the Broadband Accessibility Act was to facilitate access to broadband services in unserved areas throughout the state of South Carolina. I further move that the commission deny York Electric Cooperative Incorporated and the Electric Cooperatives of South Carolina Incorporated's petition for rehearing and reconsideration of order number 2022-836. And finally, I move that the commission deny South Carolina Telephone Coalition petition for rehearing or reconsideration of order number 2022-836. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Williams in items 12 and 13. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Justin Williams.
I vote aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
No.
Commissioner Caston.
No.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
No.
I vote aye. By a vote of 4-3, the motion carries.
Item
Ma-
number 14.
Madam Chair, may I ask something? before-
Commissioner Caston.
Since the motion seeks clarification of the order, Order 2022-836 includes both a majority and minority opinion. Thus, clarification would include both the majority and minority opinions, I guess, for the whole order. Am I correct in saying that?
I didn't follow that. Are you asking whether you can write a dissent or a minority opinion?
Yes, ma'am. Since we're clarifying the majority order,
Well, yeah, it's clarifying the majority order. I don't anticipate the order addressing the minority or the dissent unless there's something else that the commissioners who voted against want to add, another dissent.
that said, though, if the minority wants to address in the minority part of the
If you
order.
want to put in another dissent, you're certainly welcome. Or you can do a concurrence. I don't care.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You've been very helpful. Thank you all. Thank you.
Item number 14 appears in docket number 2020-26EG. This is a request of Duke Energy Progress LLC, Duke Energy Carolinas LLC, and Piedmont Natural Gas Incorporated for approval of the joint petition for an accounting order related to settlement accounting of pension expenses without notice or hearing. The Office of Regulatory Staff has asked that this item be carried over so that they can have sufficient time to complete their review.
Item 14 will be carried over.
Item number 15 is in docket number 2022-408E, which is a request of Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC for waiver of notice and hearing regarding the joint application of approval for authority to transfer intercompany assets and for approval of accounting authority. Once again, the Office of Regulatory Staff has asked that this item be carried over so that they can have sufficient time to complete their review.
Item 15 will be carried over.
Item number 16 appears in dockets numbered 2022-93E and 2022-97E. This is a request from the South Carolina Department of Commerce to be removed as a party of record from these dockets.
Commissioners, we've heard item 16 on the utilities agenda identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Chair Belser, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams, you're recognized.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the request of South Carolina Department of Commerce to be removed from docket numbers 2022-93-E and 2022-97-E. South Carolina Code annotated 58-33-120 paragraph 2 requires an application filed under the Utility Facility Siting and Environmental Protection Act to be served on numerous entities, including the head of each state and local government agency charged with the duty of protecting the environment or planning land use in the area of the county in which any portion of the facility is to be located. The South Carolina Department of Commerce would serve with the application as required by statute. However, the South Carolina Department of Commerce did not file to intervene in the docket as a party of record. It is appropriate to grant the request submitted and remove the South Carolina Department of Commerce from this docket. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Carol Lee Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 17 is in docket number 2022-394G. This is Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's application for approval of its Green Therm program and rider without notice and hearing. The Office of Regulatory Staff has asked that this item be carried over so that they can have sufficient time to complete their review.
Item 17 will be carried over.
Item number 18 appears in docket number 2022-254E. This is the motion for admission pro hoc vici of Brandon F. Marzo Esquire and Kieran H. Mehta Esquire, filed on behalf of Duke Energy Progress, LLC.
Commissioners, with regard to agenda item 18, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the commission grant the motion of Duke Energy Progress, LLC for admission pro hoc vici of Brandon F. Marzo Esquire and Kieran H. Mehta Esquire in docket number 2022-254E.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 19 also is in docket number 2022-254E. This is the request from the Office of Regulatory Staff for confidential treatment of the corrected direct testimony of the exhibits of Aaron K. Rabin.
With regard to agenda item 19, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the request of the Office of Regulatory Staff for confidential treatment of the corrected direct testimony and exhibits of Aaron K. Rabin.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission today. So moving on to the motor carrier agenda, items numbered 1 and 2 are requests for Class C certificates. Staff recommends that items 1 and 2 be taken together, and I will review them for the commission. Item number 1 appears in docket number 2022-409T, which is the application of Suitable Transportation LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item number 2 is in docket number 2022-407T. This is the application of R&Z's Medical Transportation LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
Commissioners, with regard to agenda items 1 and 2, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Caston.
I move that the commission approve the application for Class C certificates in items numbers 1 and 2 as listed by Mr. Scarborough.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 3 is in docket number 2022-323T, which is a request of Gentle Movers LLC to amend its tariff that the commission previously approved in Commission Order Number 2022-700.
With regard to transportation agenda item 3, is there a motion?
I'd like to make a motion, Madam Chair.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you. I move the commission ask for ORS to comment on the status of this motor carrier and advise the commission on whether or not ORS has issued the license for this household goods mover since October 27, 2022. Additionally, as of May 23, 2022, South Carolina Code Sections 58-2320 and 5823-25 were amended to prohibit the commission from approving or setting the rates, fares, or charges for motor carriers with a Class A, B, C, D, E, or F certificate. If a company has been issued its certificate, the motor carrier can charge the rates filed for its use. However, a motor carrier is not to operate without first receiving its certificate or license. Motor carriers of household goods shall provide their maximum rates to the commission and ORS for posting on the commission's website and shall use the process available on the commission's website for posting and providing any update to its maximum rates. I so move.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Both items 4 and 5 are requests for extensions of time to comply with commission rules and regulations, and staff recommends that they be taken together. I will review them for the commission. Item number 4 is in docket number 2022-315T, which is a request of Teamworks Enterprises LLC for a 6-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations. Item number 5 is in docket number 2022-342T, which is a request of Living Waters Med Transport LLC for a 6-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Commissioners, with regard to items 4 and 5 identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Caston.
I move that the commission grant the extensions in item numbers 4 and 5 as listed by Mr. Scarborough. This will allow the companies until July 18th, 2023 to comply with the commission rules and regulations. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
I vote aye.
And I vote aye as well. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2006-380T. This is the application of Reedy River Taxi Leasing LLC to cancel Class C taxi certificate number 7778-A.
With regard to Transportation Agenda Item 6, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
I move the commission grant the request of Reedy River Taxi Leasing LLC to cancel Class C taxi certificate number 7778-A. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. Our next meeting will be Thursday, January 26th at 2 p.m. And with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.